Did it really miss a line? What the fuck? What happened? I didn't change anything. I didn't change anything. Fixed. I wonder if I've watched this and just haven't removed it. I wonder how long I'd be able to watch through it and not realize I'd watched it. Doesn't look familiar. That was pretty good. A good Alex is always a joy. Alex is just such a fucking damage monster. Alex's damage output is through the fucking roof. If he just gets a few hits in a row. Alex is one of those characters that should theoretically be good because he gets a lot of damage out of a parry. But the problem is he doesn't really get a lot of damage out of a parry. A lot of his attacks work because of a vague mix-up, such as the fact that he has a command grab or the fact that his Stand Fierce is an overhead. Like, his Stand Fierce does a ton of damage, but it's not good after a parry. And what he does have after a parry only does about as much damage as his Stand Fierce does. Fucking close forward into light chop. It's like, that's not even that strong. You can do parry into SPD, but there's no way to increase the damage of that. And very rarely will you get a parry on a normal or an attack that gives you a hard chop. And hard chop can't even be easily extended to more damage. Well, it kind of can. Oh, that was kind of cool. Anyone else see that? Oh my god, this Remy's a god. Holy fuck, slow down. This is one of the best Remys I've seen in a long time, and I know that after only watching for like 10 seconds. Fireball, fireball, flash kick, fireball, dash in, fireball. I saw that Remy. I like the reset into fireball too, that was cool. Alex beats most of the characters lower tier than him, like pretty handily, but Remy he does not. Remy and Alex are right around the same tier, honestly. These characters are actually secretly garbage tier. Maybe I'll watch these. I'll just find it myself. Ooh, the Gutter Trash Tournament. I don't think I watched that. I remember when it came out. That's the European one, right? There's some good European Third Strike players, or there were. Reinhardt was a good Ken. Reinhardt was, like, honestly one of the better Kens back when he played the game. I think he still plays it casually. Alex is okay. I don't know. I feel like Alex has little depth. I think that the biggest problem with Alex, which is probably the change I would make, is I feel like his parry is way too committal. It's almost a non-factor. I'll probably make something that his parry is equally committal, but a lot easier. Or not easier, but like you didn't need to like pray. You didn't need to have 100% right reads to use it. I'd probably make it so that you were in a constantly parrying state as long as you were holding hard punch plus hard kick. Like you didn't have to repeatedly tap it or anything. That way you wouldn't need to predict how many parries you needed. Alex has literally never had anyone succeed with him. The best an Alex has ever been is Genki, and Genki's only been okay. Europe was better at Third Strike than America was, from what I can tell. Alex's strong attributes don't work at all against any character above him. That's the problem. Alex is the kind of character who's counterpicked by the characters who beat him. He can't easily stop Makoto from dashing in. Like, not at all. He can't handle the fact that Ken can punish like most of his moves with Shippu. He can't even get anywhere near Chun-Li. Like, Alex is the kind of... Alex is both bad and the kind of character who loses to the top tiers. You know what I mean? Like, there are characters who are good but have those kinds of attributes that lose to the top tiers. There's, like, Makoto losing to, like, Chun-Li. You know what I mean? It's like Makoto's a great character, but Chun-Li happens to counterpick some of her better attributes. Alex has Makoto's weaknesses, but not her strengths. Keep trying. You got this. There you go. Makoto probably will eventually make it. She's a very popular character, and there's a decent number of people asking for her. As a general rule, if you've heard someone else say, I want character, she'll make it, or he'll make it, or whoever. I think 15 years, 16 years, 17 years, and no successful Alex in tournament play is pretty telling. Like, there have been successful Hugos, there have been successful Necros, there have been successful Elenas. Not really any really successful Elenas. There's been a couple successful Elenas. There have been, like, a couple okay Alexes. There's been, like, Ketchu or whatever his name is in Australia, who's, like, a pretty good Alex, I guess. But, like, it's Australia, so, like, how good even is their scene? And then there's been a bunch of, like, good Alex players in Asia, in Japan. But they're not, like, they don't win events. They never win events. They don't even get far in events. You can just watch, like, Keisuke or Genki or, who's, Kazuya. You can just watch some of the better Alex players and just see that they can't stack up to, like, the long-time mains of any other character. Genki can. Genki's, like, the only guy who can. Kuroda probably could. The thing about Alex is that on paper he should be alright because he does get high damage off of Parry. Shadowgeist is a much cooler character than Skullomania, and I'm surprised people never think to ask for him when he's basically the same thing as Skullomania but evil, and with a much more fun gameplay. I would like Ed. That's the character. If they're going to add a new character, that's the new character I'm holding out for the most. I don't know why people keep on saying DiCapri's a shoo-in, because DiCapri's literally no more finished than other dolls. In fact, she's more incomplete than most of the other dolls. There, I said it. Everyone's acting like DiCapri's guaranteed to be added because she did a couple things she did in Street Fighter 4. The chances of them adding a doll at all are pretty low. They've said that they really want to avoid characters with similar gameplay styles. The problem with people who keep on saying DiCapri, well, that's unthrowable, is that they're going to make it so that Capcom hears that people want DiCapri, but people don't want DiCapri, they're just expecting her. Or, I mean, there are people who want DiCapri, don't get me wrong. Those DiCapri mains out there exist. It's just like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, they should add DiCapri. They're not saying it because they like her, they're saying it because they think she's nearly done. Which arguably she is, because her model's, like, good and she has some of her moves, but, like, compared to a completely new character who's, like, a character that people actually want, we shouldn't even be discussing DiCapri. Again, I don't mind DiCapri, I just feel like she's misrepresented. I would be happy if they added DiCapri. Wow, interesting. I've heard people say they want Abel, or even that Abel's a shoo-in. But Abel wasn't playable. Abel wasn't fought. Barinyan. Hey, Hugo Elena? Or Remy Elena? Remy Elena's not that bad. Apart from the fact that you literally can't stop Elena from healing, but this Elena didn't even pick healing, so that's not a huge deal. Elena's damage output is a little bit of a problem too, but Elena shouldn't be able to dizzy you unless she gets a bunch of aggressive parries. That back hard kick was cool. Yeah, Hugo Elena's pretty shit. That one has the feel of a counter pick in my mind. That feels like it might be a 6-4 or even a 7-3. I've never played it, so I can't say for sure. I should be drawing right now. I should bust out the tablet. Yes, I consider it near guaranteed raging panic. Necro and Q both did extremely well on pulse. I want Sodom. Did he get it? Nice, nice. Crouching Elena is very, very short, and so the the universal overhead hits very, very late, which makes that link far easier than on most characters. You might still need to hit it at a range. I don't know if it just works point blank, but that is a 2-frame super and a automatically meaty overhead. That's one of Elena's little weaknesses. Oro has the same weakness, and so does Chun-Li. Normally, the low crouch is a good thing. 99% of the time, it's a strength, but that is the one context that it's a bad thing. So universal overheads automatically hit deep, which gives you some link options. Nice. I want to see the rare Pepe. I missed that. Oh, that is rare as shit. I like how she drew it with like fucking Pepe's actual clothes from Boys Club. Something about that just tickles me. Best SF5 waifu. I mean, I don't want to say it's Kareen, but I think it's Kareen. Like, even though Kareen isn't my waifu, I can acknowledge that she is a waifu. And a very good one. Ugh. That was almost like the fireball was going to protect him. But there's no way a fireball could cover the recovery of Oniyama. The recovery is huge. Maybe it was light Oniyama, but that wouldn't have even hit. If he's not in Street Fighter 5. That was really weird. He did stand short, low fears. Very unusual decision. That's not Pierre, it's Piero's handle. I've never seen this Oro. He got man in the middle there, I see that one. The first one is like string or something. I don't know what that name means. The middle character is definitely man. The thing about Remy's high fireballs is that Remy doesn't obey the fireball law. So that you can actually have a fireball, you can have a low fireball on the screen, you can't throw another low fireball. But if you have a low fireball on the screen, you can still throw a high fireball. It's also just obnoxious. Alternating fireballs, it makes it complicated to find a way through. As long as he's unpredictable with his fireballs, you can't necessarily do the same escapes. Remy's best against the characters who can't duck his high fireballs, but they're still pretty good because they're good at catching people out of jumps. Slightly harder to get over, slightly easier to make people land on them. But generally the reason Remy's alternate fireballs is just because even if their fireball is avoided, they can still throw a new fireball. But life fireball is absolutely the preferred one. Yeah, see that? Like if the Elena got out of the way of that low fireball, another low fireball wouldn't have come out. The high fireball was guaranteed to come out whether he was parried or not. MLB probably didn't even know there was a third strike tournament, and if he did know, he absolutely would have won it. Because he is unquestionably the best. Or at least of anyone who would show up at Evo. MOV got bodied in 5. I mean, I guess he kind of got bodied in a sense, but like, did you not notice that he made it to top 8? How do you get to top 8 and 5,000 people and call that get bodied? Oh my god, a Spurto by that artist? Unusual. Never gets the win. He gets the win all the time, just not in this game. MOV's won like 3 SBOs. It's a pretty good record in my book. I think it's tied for the most of anyone. Ooh, big punish. Wow, that was intelligent. I was like, why didn't he EX machine gun blow? Because the EX gun blow would have killed. But he did the uppercut for the extra dizzy. That was really good awareness because Dudley never does that combo ever. And Dudley's dizzy output is pretty low apart from the uppercut. So like knowing that the uppercut was his stun option there and doing the stun option to keep it meterless. Ooh, nice. Like when did Dudley's ever have to make that decision? That was great character talent. Good punish. I'm sure Remy could do well, I'm not sure. I'm surprised he didn't do low strong into super, but it might not work. Huh? Thought Fudo's Mika was mediocre? I think the only mediocre thing about his Mika is the fact that it's Mika's inherent weaknesses. Did you not see him at fucking DreamHack or whatever it was? He placed second and nearly first. Is Dudley too similar to Balrog? No. As a general rule, Dudley has literally nothing in common with Balrog gameplay-wise at all. Ooh, that was cool. Anyone who thinks that Dudley would not make it because of Balrog has never played Dudley. Nice. Those are hard. It's like repeated one-frame juggle to get the I guess the third hit of light machine gun blow. Jump forward. Nash kind of is like Guile. Executionally, they're nothing similar, but at least they have a similar game plan. I think Dudley's a lot more rushdown than Balrog is. I feel like even the game plan is a bit dissimilar. Did Dudley counter Rog? No. Ooh. I'm guessing that the B skill would employ the rose in some way. V reversal cross counter would definitely be the right way to do it. We would get an offensive mix-up Balrog and a super hyper offense Dudley, I think. Aw. This is kind of a bad matchup. It's not crazy bad. Dudley's footsie's kind of body Q. Q does not like Dudley's low jump. And Dudley's has retarded mid-screen juggles against Q. Straight up, really stupid. You can get mid-screen, low roundhouse, walk forward, low roundhouse, I think. Shit like that. You can definitely get low roundhouse, walk up towards medium kick, uppercut mid-screen, which I think doesn't work on a lot of characters. Missed the super. Nice. There's no low that Q can do there. Oh no, that should have been super. He would be dead. He would be dead. He would be dead. Oh. He had to parry that. No other way out. That's, I think, 8 parries. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I think 8. And the last 2 are kind of slow. I made it extra slow for the last one. It's faster than that. It's something like that. I did 7 there. I can't remember. It's either 7 or 8 parries. Oh, he canceled to the command grab, but it was after a parry, so he wasn't going to be blocked. That was a weird decision. Again, Dudley missed the super. Dudley's fucking up. I thought that was a punish. He didn't get a reversal. So maybe it is a punish and he just messed up. Parry Yang SA2. I think it's like only 2 parries or something. But I'm pretty sure it's not a super hard parry regardless because the hits are in a very consistent timing. And then it's really obvious when you're done parrying and you get a full punish. Also, I think you can parry it low or high. Nice. Empty jump low. Nerf dud. Rounds like that just make him look so nasty. YSB-san. Tall. 6? Is it really 6? Are you playing like the world's tallest character? I thought it was only like a couple and then he was out of range. I know Yang Super 1 is a 1 parry and you can actually do it after the freeze pretty easily because it's slow. I can't imagine a world where it's 6 parries. This matchup is real hard. Oh, nice. He missed the link. And YSB every time, I'm guessing, every time he eats that, he option selects the forward parry in case they drop the link. That was pretty sexy. Yum! Yum! Hard clap, light clap, low forward. Dudley Super 3 is pretty easy to parry as long as you get the first parry, but getting the first parry is really hard because it's a 2-frame super. That parry was like smart to go for it, but it wasn't very hard. His parry was before the super freeze. I guarantee it. And the rest of the parry is really easy because it's consistent timing, it's just 5 parries. Nice. Yeah, the juggle. I can't believe he went for strong there. The jab link is a lot easier and would have killed the jab juggle. Parries are not frame perfect. They're actually pretty big. It's not very hard to parry. The real question is, do you know what they're going to do? If you know what they're going to do, parrying something is pretty easy. Well, pretty easy is misleading, but it's not that hard. Grab supers are pretty good. It depends. There are a lot of grab supers that don't grab on the first frame. More than there are grab supers that grab on the first frame. The only grab super that lands on the first frame is Hugo Super 1, which sees quite a lot of use. There aren't that many grab supers in general, though. Necro's is okay, but Necro's other supers are good. Ibuki's is kind of bad, I think. Or no, maybe Ibuki's is good. Ibuki's doesn't really work with her playstyle. That red parry wasn't super hard. Going for parries after blocking an air normal is like the easiest possible way to get a red parry. YSB, you can beat Tominaga, come on. A red parry is parrying while you're in block stun. It's much harder. It's like a 2-frame window instead of a 7-frame window. Even if you know what the opponent's going to do, a red parry is respectably difficult. Nice. If you're red parrying a super, a red parry is 3-frame window. Makes it a little bit easier. Akuma himself should be Oni. I feel like what I'm waiting for is an Akuma that takes the best of Oni and Akuma. Like, takes some of both. Kuni. I'm surprised that reached. That looked like it already whiffed. The stand forward, rarely the right juggle. It was there. He was at the range where that was not really the right combo. Or it was like too easy to get out of that, really. Yes, Oni and Akuma are the same character. Huh? I think he wanted EX there. Maybe? That's smart. That was really smart. Oh no, it wasn't smart. I lied. Sorry. Yeah, come in with a ton of normals and tar combos, but maybe some fewer, maybe fewer command normals, and maybe like still a lot, like still like Nash many, and then maybe some things that Akuma, like losing some things that Akuma normally has, in favor of Oni things, like maybe no air fireball or maybe no demon flip. That's 10 hard kick times 2. That was a pretty good time to go for Denjin. He's in a great spot. Dizzy goes down super slow in third strike. That Dizzy's going to be a problem for the rest of the round for this Makoto. Yum, that's kill. Oh, he tried for a style combo. But maybe he'd get like slash. Palm is actually one of the moves I'd be okay with him keeping.